We start with some breaking news from Venezuela. Opposition leader Juan Guaido has posted a video on social media calling for a military uprising. In it, he says the moment is now. Now, he is surrounded by men in military uniforms, as well as another key opposition leader, Leopoldo Lopez. Guaido says what he calls the final phase of a plan to oust President Nicolas Maduro has now begun. The government says it is confronting what it is calling a small group of traitors. Let's get the very latest now. Our correspondent, Oscar Schlenker, is standing by on the line in Caracas. Oscar, this seems to be a fast-developing situation. Give us an idea of what is happening right now.
Well, we woke up this morning with the news of this deal of Juan Guaido live video asking to take to the streets. There was a big protest planned for tomorrow, 1st of May, a traditional day to go out and protest. But Guaido said that the 1st of May starts today. He appeared surrounded by military and at the side of Leopoldo Lopez, who's a political prisoner that's been in jail for the past 4 years. And while that surprised a lot of people to see him flee, that there's some military involvement or some support from the government that they allowed Leopoldo Lopez to be free and outside of Juan Guaido. So that's what we're seeing at the moment.
Oscar, we're having a little bit of trouble with your line, but we are seeing images right now of Guaido on the streets in Caracas. We have also seen images of the other key opposition leader, Leopoldo Lopez, on the streets. It appears to be a bunch of people gathered around them. At least there have been images of that a little bit earlier. Do we have an idea of who has been gathering today, who has joined them?
Well, it's still a developing story. There's a lot of people calling to the streets, to take to the streets, to start the protest of the 1st of May early and started today. We did see some tear gas bombs being thrown at this concentration where Juan Guaido and Leopoldo Lopez are at. So we have a sense of what's to come during the day. People are going to take to the streets. There might be outbursts of violence. We're hoping that's not the case, but that's something that can be expected today.
That is the fear, of course, Oscar. Now, Guaido saying that he has started the final phase of his plan to oust Maduro. What does that mean?
Well, since he proclaimed himself president in January, Juan Guaido has said that there is a three-phase to his plan, which is to stop the usurpation, to start a government of transition, and free and fair elections. And the most difficult part of this plan has been the end of what he calls the usurpation of Nicolas Maduro. So to oust Nicolas Maduro in order to start a transition in government. So today, that's what he's saying. It's the final phase of that first part of the plan, to oust Maduro.
Tell us about the activists that we've also seen on the streets in Caracas and some of the images that have been coming through today. Leopoldo Lopez, who had been detained by the government. We understand he was freed by the military. Is that correct?
Well, that's the only way that he could have been freed. He's been in prison since 2014. He is the leader of the opposition and one of the political parties here in Venezuela until he was detained. He's been a very high-profile political prisoner in Venezuela. He was giving house arrest a couple of years ago, and he is the leader or the president of the political party that represents Juan Guaido, so which is Voluntad Popular. So it's very significant that he is walking the streets today free because he had a gag order and he has been silent for the past year or so. And now we see him free, and that gives a lot of hope to the opposition that there is support from within the military.
And Oscar, remind us again what the Maduro government is doing and saying at this point.
Well, the Minister of Information said that they are dealing with a small group of traitors right now. They're trying to disarticulate this small cell of traitors from within the military. And that's all that we've heard at the moment. But this is a developing story, and we're checking to see what the government will pronounce in the following hours.
All right, Oscar Schlenker in Caracas, as we look there at those pictures of what's taking place in Caracas, a developing situation. Oscar, thank you very much for bringing us up to date.
Anytime.